Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to the channel. This is Phil, Rookie Card Collector 123 here. Here for today's episode number 3 of the Baseball Hall of Fame rookie cards. My apologies, the past 3 weeks or so I've had some family things going on and have missed my weekly series on Wednesdays. So I'm continuing today where I left off after the first 2 episodes. We covered, in alphabetical order, we covered all the ball players with last names of A. So today we are going to begin with the B's. And the first player we're going to look at is one of the modern era rookie cards, Jeff Bagwell. Bagwell's rookie cards all originate from the 1991 season. He has a bunch of them out there. Pretty much all of them were mass produced during the junk wax era, so these are fairly easy to find. The one that tends to be the most popular and maintains some semblance of value would be his 1991 Fleer Ultra update, pictured here. That would probably be my recommendation if you're just going to look to pick up one Bagwell Major League rookie. Moving on to the next Bagwell card. This card is from 1988, so it's 3 years earlier. This is the Cape Cod Prospects Summer League Chatham A's Jeff Bagwell. These came from his post-college playing days in a league prior to joining the Boston Red Sox minor league system. A lot of these guys from college played a year in the Cape Cod League. Tends to be the first time many of these players are using wooden bats, and gives them a chance to face higher caliber pitching than they would have in college. There was a second minor league set produced picturing Bagwell in '88, also from that same Cape Cod League. You'll notice here it says NCAA Summer Baseball, like I just mentioned. This one's picturing Bagwell in a nice batting stance for Chatham. And again, 3 years prior to his Major League rookie card. Next up, we have Bagwell in a Red Sox uniform. This is a 1990 Best minor league card. They issued a couple of hundred of these, the top minor league stars from the 1990 season. Frank Thomas was in there, and a few other bigger names. But a nice images. The best cards were known for their beautiful photography, as this one is. Another 1990 Bagwell minor league issue picturing him with the New Britain Red Sox, which was the AA club. This is put out by Pro Cards. This was a team set issue. This is just the Bagwell single card from that team set. And finally, one more 1990 minor league issue of Bagwell. This was put out by Star. This is again picturing Bagwell in his New Britain uniform, and again the year before his Major League rookie cards came out. Okay, next player we're going to look at is also a modern era player, Harold Baines. Everybody pretty much would agree that the true Baines rookie card is his 81 Topps, picturing him with the White Sox. Again, these were fairly mass produced and not difficult at all to find. However, if you want a challenge and you want to collect early Harold Baines cards, one that is very difficult to locate is this 1978, so 3 years prior to the Topps rookie. This was put out by TCMA, who produced minor league team sets throughout the 70s and first half of the 80s. This was a Knoxville Smokies minor league set, which included Baines, and extremely hard to find one of these in any condition. And finally, the last card of Baines we'll talk about for rookie card status would be his 1981 Fleer. First year of Fleer production, and another option for the, as opposed to the 81 Topps Baines rookie card. Okay, moving on to the vintage era, pre-war, one of the pre-war guys. We have Frank Home Run Baker here. Baker played during the dead ball era. So at this time, a total of 10 home runs during the regular season would put you up among the league leaders. And Frank actually led the American League in home runs 4 times, hence his nickname, Frank Home Run Baker. This is his American Caramel card from 1909. These are cataloged as E91, and E91 series went from 1908 to 1910, so it was produced over 3 years. Each one of those 3 years, they made a group of 4 or 5 different teams, including only players from those teams. So Baker played for the Athletics during 1909, and him, as well as the other athletic players in the series, all pictured in the 1909 American Caramel series. This is the only Baker card that can be strictly attributed to '09. He appears on several cards that were produced between 1909 and 1911, as that was a very common era for that time, where they produced tobacco cards, caramel cards, and several other types of things. Okay, next up we have actually the earliest Frank Baker issued. This one doesn't quite meet the definition of a card, but it's a 1908 to '09, so it was produced over 2 years. It's a Carl Horner cabinet card. So it's basically a real photograph. Carl Horner was a photographer. So it's a real photograph that's mounted on a cardboard backing, kind of very similar to the W600 Sporting Life cabinets of that first decade, 1902 to 1911. These are very rare. There's only a couple that I know about there, so not a very realistic rookie option, but something to chase after. Okay, next up we have a more traditional card. This is the T206 series, Frank Baker. Again, these were produced between 1909 and 1911 over a 3-year period. The back of the cards has the cigarette or tobacco company advertising on it. Oftentimes you can use these advertising backs to determine exactly which of those 3 years the card was produced from, or sometimes maybe narrow it down to at least 2 years rather than 3. But these were produced between 1909 and 1911, and probably one of the most widely collected Baker rookie era cards. Next up for Baker, we have the American Caramel E90-1. These are pretty popular with the candy card collectors. Again, this is another 1909 to 1911 issue. Most of these cards from this series were produced in '09, the first year, but several players were issued over the subsequent 2 years, and those, of course, would be more challenging to find. Next up is kind of an odd-shaped card. This is another 1909 to 1911 Frank Baker. This is a round disc. It doesn't maybe not fully show up in the image, but it's a complete circular round disc. It's called the Colgan's Chips series, cataloged as E254 in the American Card Catalog. These are popular with some collectors, not so much with others, because of the nature of being round discs as opposed to the normal card shape. And finally, the last Frank Baker we're going to look at, as I mentioned previously, this is what the W600 Sporting Life cabinet card looks like, a Baker. These are beautiful cards. They began being issued in 1902. They were distributed through 1911 over about a 9-year period. During that time, the mounts that the images were mounted on, the cardboard backings, they have 4 different designs. So you can date the earlier ones as opposed to the later ones based on the mount that the cards appear on. Baker in particular was not produced and distributed until 1910, so he's one of the latest players issued from this entire series of hundreds of players, making the Baker card nearly impossible to find. I've only seen 2 or 3 ever up for sale at auction. So another extremely rare one, but something to look out for in case you ever come across a chance to pick one up. Next up, we have Dave Bancroft, who was a shortstop for the Phillies, also during the dead ball era, into the 20s. Bancroft, rookie card, is traditionally accepted as the 1916 Sporting News, cataloged as either M101-5 or M101-4. Both of those were issued in 1916, the same year. And Bancroft has a couple of other 1916 issues as well, which we'll look at shortly. But this is probably his most widely collected rookie card. Some of these have Sporting News advertising on the back. Some of them are blank on the back. And then there's also some other advertising from department stores and various other places as well. Similar to a couple of the other players we looked at, Bancroft has earlier cards than his rookie, traditional rookie card option. This is actually a 1912 Z-Nut card from the Pacific Coast League, so they only pictured minor league players from the PCL. Large sets they put out every year from 1911 through 1936. And Bancroft is pictured in his Portland uniform, where he played in the PCL for a few seasons before making it to the major leagues. Following up is the Bancroft. This is another 1912 PCL issue picturing Bancroft with Portland. This is the 1912 Home Run Kisses series, another extremely rare card. And again, predates his MLB rookie card by 4 years. One more Z-Nut option. This is a 1914 Z-Nut. Bancroft still remaining with Portland. And another extremely hard to find card here. Again, 2 years before his major league rookie. Now we're getting up to 1916. This card is a little smaller than a traditional postcard size. Now it's a little bit narrower. This is a Fleischmann Bakery card with the tab still attached at the bottom. This was produced in 16, like I mentioned, another option to the Sporting News rookie. These are much harder to find than Sporting News cards, and even more difficult to find with the tab still attached at the bottom. A lot of these were redeemed for prizes. Next up we have the 1916, this one is called Ferguson Bakery Pennant. These were actually felt pennants made out of material. And there was a cutout image of Bancroft. It's actually the same image it shares with the Sporting News card. And it was mounted onto the pennant. And those were cataloged as BF2 Ferguson Bakery pennants, another 1916 Bancroft rookie option. And finally, moving on, our last player that we're going to talk about today is Ernie Banks, Mr. Cub. Banks is pretty much no dispute that his most widely collected rookie would be his 54 Topps. Always a super popular card, Cub fans and Hall of Fame collectors alike. But there is one other option for Banks from 54. This is his 54, it's a Topps All-Star photo pack. Not a card, it's about 6 or 7 inches by about 9 inches, so much bigger than a card. But also issued during his rookie year, so another option if those that are looking for more of a challenge than the standard Topps rookie. This is a pretty tough one to find out there. And these are nowadays are graded by PSA and SGC if you're into the grading thing. So that's going to wrap up our Baseball Hall of Fame rookie card episode number 3 for today. Again, my apologies. I had some family things going on the past couple of weeks. I missed about 3 weeks. Looking to get back on track now, so look for my episode 4 to come out next week. We'll continue on with the player's last name B and keep moving forward. As I mentioned way back in my introductory video, when we're done with baseball, I'm also going to cover football, basketball, and hockey Hall of Fame player rookie cards as well. If you're interested in that, just continue to stick with us week after week, and we'll get there. I also do a Sunday series on Negro League and Winter League baseball collectibles. That series I not only cover cards, but I also do show examples of Type 1 photos, postcards, programs, scorecards, broadsides, pretty much anything with a Negro League ball player image on it, and try to focus on some of the biggest name guys, excuse me, out there: Josh Gibson, Satchel Paige, Oscar Charleston, guys like that. So that's my Sunday episode. I've missed a couple of those as well, so this Sunday we'll get back on track there. And I hope you enjoyed today's episode. Looking forward to continuing my series as usual next Wednesday. And hope you guys all have a great day.